Hello, hello, hello. Hey, friends. Hello, hello, hello. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much. My name is Svava Brooks. I'm abuse survivor coach, and I love to hang out and support fellow survivor thrivers on the healing journey after child abuse, neglect, or trauma. And I do that by hanging out here on YouTube, Periscope twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you have any comments or questions or are looking for support to help you release your authentic self, I would be happy to help you. And please visit my website, svavabrooks.com, where you can learn more about the programs that I support my fellow survivors through. I offer one-on-one coaching and group coaching and online group live chat. Love to hang out here and answer any questions that you may have about healing your heart, your body, your mind, your soul. And it's so much easier, right, my friend? In community when we have friends to hang out with. So hey, Sue, how are you doing, my friends? So yes, if you're watching live, please say hello. Please let us know that you're here. Would love to celebrate you, welcome you, honor you, and support you where you're at. How are you doing, my friend Sue? You've been on my mind today. Thank you for those flowers. That looks lovely. Is it cooling down a little bit in UK? And just to let my Periscope friends know, I'm in broadcast mode only over here. So if you want to join our live chat on the live stream on YouTube, please come on over. You can search for my name. And you can also look up the name of my book and you will find us on YouTube live right now. But thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. So Sue, your Wi-Fi just went down. Hopefully your phone will cope. All right. Yep, I just refreshed. I've learned over time to refresh my browser just before I go live to see who has commented and shared. I know everybody is busy with summer and I'm happy to see it, right? We're out and about enjoying the warmer weather. Yes, Sue, right? It's getting cooler and it's stormy now. Well, a little break from the heat. I'm sure everybody was ready for it. Oh no, I hate when that happens. You had typed all that in on your browser and then your browser collapses or disappears. Yeah. Well, you managed and it's stuck. But I've learned the hard way on some of those, right? Type it in a Word document and then copy it into Facebook or whatever you're posting it. So I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's frustrating. So, but how have you been? How have you been, my friend? Hey there. Thanks for joining us. What's new and good? This day went by like that? Okay-ish. Yeah, I'm feeling it. I hear you. I hear you. I swear, I don't know if it's the astrology right now. I think we're still in retrograde. Don't quote me on that. But I also just, right, energetically, there's just so much going on in the world. And I think so many of us who are empaths and feel deeply, we can feel it deeply, right? And sometimes it's a bit overwhelming. So, but my go-to when there's a lot to feel is to get to my self-care, right? So I wasn't able to hit the gym first thing this morning, but let's see, I had a call and then an online meeting. I couldn't attend in person, so I called in to a community prevention effort that's happening on a county-wide scale. It's very exciting when people, organizations, businesses, individuals across a whole county are coming together. And the mission is to end child abuse in our county by 2030. And we're planning for a big gathering of March of next year to come together. And so it's been inspiring to be a part of it. I couldn't attend the meeting today, but I was able to call in and listen. So that was great. I thank God for technology, right? So much of what we can do, if we can't be there in person, we can be there on camera. 90% of my work is done like this, right? Face to face, heart to heart. So we make do, that's for sure. Nice, Sue. You went for a bike ride. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. So getting your bike miles back on. Did you go with a friend, or did you go by yourself? Running errands, or what I was saying, I finally made it to the gym and gave me just enough time to shower and sit down here in time for the live stream. So priorities. My mental and emotional health is always better, right? When I move my body, I sweat a little bit. I read a little bit on the treadmill. I'm reading a really good book. Always reading. Where is it? Right now, this is what I'm reading. This is what I'm reading right now. Always Digging Deep. Sorry, I should hold it up a little longer. I think it builds on the mindfulness course. It's a lot of what I already know, but hearing it from a different perspective and a different person is always good. I'm really enjoying it. So I was reading this for a while, and then I always play some of my favorite music that really opens up my heart, right? When you've been go, 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 I look for something that softens my heart, makes me feel good. So I hear you, and I needed some space. So good for you, Sue. Took care of some business. I know you're going through some hard times, my friend. Have a lot on your plate, so I know it's hard. It's not easy times for you. My heart is with you, and I am thinking about you, my friend. Like I said, I was wondering if I would see you today. So, our topic today, right? Our topic from our good old book that we're working through one day, one page at a time. Let's see, I'm navigating three screens. We are talking about safety, how to feel safe, right? That's a topic that comes up regularly. You're welcome, Sue. You're welcome, friend. I'm loving the white hearts that you're putting in there. It's adorable. So let's set up our conversation. After surviving the black and white world of trauma and child abuse, part of our healing will be learning how to thrive again in the real world. Really? That's funny, Sue. I'm looking at the hearts. They look white to me, and they look red for you. That's funny. So, see, maybe I need to put my rose-colored glasses on. So let's see. Thrive again in the real world, right? Which usually is gray, right? Paradox. There's lots of, right? The world isn't just black and white, but that is very, very much how our trauma brain sees the world, how we as children operated. There was just either or, good, bad, black or white. So for so many of us, that nope, it isn't just black or white. That rule doesn't always apply to all situations, right? Gray can be a scary color, full of uncertainty, but that's the reality of life. None of that matters now. Well, maybe a little bit, but the only thing that's important now is that you are safe. So many of us, and that's, my big takeaway here from this book and from the mindfulness course that I teach and the tension and trauma release exercises, right? So much of the healing comes from understanding, right? I hear you, Sue. That was a tough one. You're not alone. You are not alone, right? When in the beginning of my healing journey, somebody suggested that it wasn't just, good or bad. Hey, Wanda. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? You can't be right. But to understand, right, how our biology responds, how our nervous system operates, and when we've been operating out of that, automatic nervous system reaction, fight, flight, or freeze for so long, our body pretty much runs the show and on autopilot, right? So much of healing is, right, finding our way to come into the present moment, becoming aware of those cycles, whether they start with our thinking or with our automatic feelings, which very often are driven by the need to feel safe, right? And often that happens just by disconnecting from the body, right? Don't want to feel or deal with what's going on in here. But then what happens is that we continue to take the past and bringing it into the future, right? Not even the present moment. We put it in, because that's what we're expecting tomorrow. So the truth is, most of us are living either in the yesterday or one day ahead, like worrying about tomorrow or feeling sad about what happened yesterday, right? So, understanding why there's nothing wrong with you. This is exactly what our bodies are, right, hardwired to do, to protect us. That's what we needed back then. But if that's the autopilot, right, we're not even in the driver's seat. We don't even know the car is going. The engine is moving. We are on the freeway, so to speak. So, right, it takes time. So to recognize, right, you are safe now. Why and how do you know you're safe now? And a lot of that comes from, right, doing that reality check. Okay, right here in this moment, I'm breathing, I'm grounded, I'm looking around. No, I'm safe. I'm grown up. I'm in this body. I can set a boundary. I can close the door, right? But for so long, our mind and our emotions are driving our body because it's been on autopilot for a very, very, very long time. So let's see here. Again, like I mentioned, we've been existed in the extreme zones of black and white for so long that stepping out of them feels like the unknown, and it's hard to trust. And that's the other thing. We want to change it, but we kind of creating a double bind for ourselves. I want to change, but I don't want to change. I want to change. I think it will be better, but I don't feel safe about the change. I know. So learning to trust ourselves, learning to trust the process, learning to trust as we navigate the paradox, both and, right? It isn't just black or white. So we do that by returning to our breath, returning to our stillness the best we can, right? Sometimes we're learning to help this body quiet down, to calm down when we've been living in fight, flight, or freeze. Even that doesn't feel safe. What do you mean? You want me to calm down? You want me to come into grounded presence? What does that look like? What does that sound like? That's a scary thought. So to be very gentle with ourselves, right? One breath at a time, using the tools that we have, self-compassion, tapping, grounding ourselves. What do I see? What do I hear? What do I feel? And help our bodies when it wants to contract and protect. Okay, the minute I go into this place, my body sends a signal to my mind. You are protecting yourself. You think you're unsafe. And that's the message then going to the mind. And the mind is like looking for what is making you feel unsafe. So part of what we can help our bodies to do is to notice how we carry ourselves. That actually impacts our state of how we feel. So we've talked about it here. Trick our body. Right? Force your body, your face to smile for a few minutes. Actually, you'll notice the energy lifts, and pulling your shoulders back, keeping your spine as straight as possible. Your shoulders down from your ears actually then makes your body, like I said, oh, she's pretty relaxed. She is exposing her vulnerable parts, which is right, our neck. Okay, we can relax. So try it sometime. And I say try it. Put in a little checklist. Sue, right? Putting up sticky notes around the house. Okay, relax shoulders. Smile in the mirror. Walk around with the pencil between my teeth. So those are some tricks that we can do to help our body to, instead of going into fight, flight, or freeze, or protecting ourselves. Because when we're in this state, your body does not feel safe, and the messages from our body to our mind is like, we're not safe. We need to protect ourselves. We are automatically defensive in this place. So return to our breath, our stillness, our desire for healing, your worthiness of it, and to make friends with our emotions. Find a safe place to express what's going on. So I'm gonna turn now here to our 2 questions today, and any friends that are here and would like to participate, please comment or send me a note. How do you convince your inner child that you're safe? And what affirmation can you create to reinforce your safety? Those are the 2 questions for today. And just like I was kind of modeling for you, how can we convince our inner child that you are safe? is very much, our inner child lives inside of us. And so if we carry ourselves in a protective stance, then your inner child thinks, oh, there's something going on. So part of working with our inner child is also how we carry and take care of our bodies, because that's a sign to our inner child that lives inside of you that you are safe now. We're moving out of just the survival. So, and what affirmation can you create to reinforce your safety? So let's see. Scrolling down here in our closed Facebook page, Wanda shared with us. Thank you, Wanda. She shared, it's a constant conversation. Whenever I feel I've let someone down or have done something wrong, I remind myself that I am not responsible for fixing everything. Oof, right? I can relate. Anybody else? Anytime there was something wrong or somebody was upset, right? That black or white, because it's just either or, good or bad. And if other people were good, that's most of the time other people were good, but I was the bad one. I was the troublemaker. Thank you, Sue. So I hear you, my friend Wanda. I am not responsible for fixing everything. She also goes on to say, I look at the situation, the people around me, and remind myself that I am the adult that was needed when I was younger. That's beautiful, Wanda. That's exactly it. We become the parent and the protector, the advocate, the mama bear, right? That we needed. Absolutely. The affirmation I have created for little Wanda is that I've survived 100% of everything that has happened, so the memories cannot hurt me. That's beautiful, Wanda. That is beautiful, right? To do that gentle reminder to your little girl, that inner child. It's like, hey, baby girl, right? I know those feelings are scary, right? But I'm here now. I am here now, right? And like, thank you, baby girl, for holding all this for so long. But I am here now. I understand why you're hurt. I understand why you're angry. I understand. I was there. I remember. And in some ways, right, and I know this is the hard part, it's like we welcome some of the memories, we welcome the emotions because, right, they need to come out. They need to come out, right, up and out, up and out. And part of the feeling it is how we kind of turn up awareness. Because a lot of this, I hear you, Wanda. A lot of this, right, was repressed. And for a reason, because we were just children. And perhaps we even tried to express our hurt or anger or disclosed what was happening. And maybe someone did nothing or was mad at you for speaking up. So giving yourself your body, because the body, right, keeps the score, the body remembers. So between your biology, your body, your brilliant, wise body, and your inner child, they hold a lot of the hurt. And I also recognize, right, it is hard to like dive in there, right, the deep end. Okay, I'm going to feel these feelings, right? And they come out organically, authentically. It can't be forced, but it is, right? When we create that safety, the kindness, the self-compassion for our bodies, and for the, all the ways that we've had to survive. And like you said, Wanda, you have survived 100% of everything that has happened. And for most people, and I don't want to, make a blanket statement, but for most people, it's our fear of remembering, or it's our fear of feeling that is the greatest hurdle, because feeling the feelings, right, it's not going to kill us, right? Feeling, having a good cry, learning to process our feelings is inherently part of what it is to be human, right? So it's the fear of it that makes it so big. And again, because a lot of those memories and those feelings are tied in with that little girl. And she's been holding on to it for a long time, for a very long time. So when we show up, right, adults now in this grown-up body, it's like, hey, sweet girl, I hear you. Exactly, right? How we survived is that I'm going to be tough, right? I'm not going to show weakness. I'm not going to be soft. I will only get hurt. That's right, Sue. She was little when the feelings were big. And what do we know about feelings? Right? The more we repress it or avoid it or distract from it, right? The bigger it gets. The more we resist feeling it, the more the fear grows. Again, yes, you were little and the feelings were big and you had no one to hold you or to model safety and warmth and compassion. It's like, hey, baby girl, I'm so sorry. That is a really hard thing. I am so sorry that happened to you, right? Of course you're sad. Of course you're hurt. Of course you're upset. And most people are uncomfortable with feelings. And often it's because we haven't felt our own, right? When someone is feeling their feelings, it doesn't mean they want you to fix it or you can't make it go away. They're just expressing something, right? But we often take it on. It's like, oh, it's my job, or it's my fault, or I'm supposed to, right? But very often it triggers what we haven't healed or felt for ourselves. So yes, Wanda, for me, it was learning that crying was not a weakness. Nope, exactly. Crying is not a weakness. Crying is a sign of strength. It is grace. It's your truth. It's you honoring the truth by, shedding, your tears are a release. It's like any type of energetic release. I love a good cry. I've actually been having some good cries lately. Right? That's the thing. When you do this work, you too get opportunities to feel and process and heal. Not always fun or pretty, but I do it now because I trust the process. And I know that it's healthy, it is good, it makes me feel better. I always have more clarity after. So honor your feelings, my friends. It's so important. So important. I hear you, Sue. I hear you, my friend. I hear you. So thank you, Wanda. Right? And I hear you. You are developing your adult self now. right? Stepping in when that little girl thinks, right, everything is my fault, right? No, 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 sweet girl, right? I'm here to meet my needs. Other people will handle their needs. And I trust that people ask for what they need. And I will show up the best I can. I'm not going to read people's minds. I am not going to bend over backwards to take care of people. I need to take care of me first. So, and again, it is practice. And you're doing a beautiful job, Wanda. I celebrate you, my friend. I celebrate you. Let's see here. Sue shared with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Sue. She goes on to say here, let me see so I can read it. She says, so much of my life has been about living with uncertainty. You're welcome, Wanda. You're welcome, friend. Sue goes on to say the rigidity and order of my childhood, the structure and timetable of my teaching career, and the clear, unequivocal beliefs of my Christian environment all led to me feeling safe only when all details were known and everything was in order. Yes, living with certainty. Let me pause here, right? Isn't that what we all need as children? We need certainty. Boundaries, the rules, all that gives us sense of safety. But what is crazy making, right? When most of us grew up with, right? Exactly, but not rigidity. Exactly. There needs to be flexibility. But most of us grew up in homes, schools, churches, where we were constantly watching adults don't do what they say. They say one thing and do the other. That is crazy making, literally. Because then children are left with, okay, so on Mondays, I am supposed to follow the rule. On Tuesday, right, this rule does not apply. And Thursday, there's no rule altogether. And then, right, it's like, no wonder we were hypervigilant, right? We're always like, we have like this, it's become our superpower now, right? We're always scanning the environment. What to expect? What's the rule today? How can I stay out of trouble? Is mom smiling, or do I, is dad upset? Right? Exactly, right, Wanda? Or the rules only apply to us, which is another thing that is unfair. It's very disrespectful to have a set of rules for children or teenagers and a whole different set of rules for adults, and we cannot question them. Who dared to question, to speak up? I didn't. Yes, exactly. So thank you, Sue. I'm going to go on here. She went on to say here, learning to, right, only when you felt safe, only when all details were known and everything was in order. Learning to live with loose ends, with not knowing, and learning to trust has been really hard. It's involved recognizing false beliefs and being willing to live without the religious structure that felt like it kept me safe. Right, Sue? Isn't that interesting? Some of the things that we were raised with, some of the beliefs, some of the rules, some of the ways, like we cling on to them, right? Long after other people have moved on, or we are no longer in that environment perhaps. But again, it's what we learned. And then also we took on, like you said, the beliefs. And then we still hold ourselves accountable to those beliefs, maybe worked back then, but now it's even toxic and gets in the way. Yes, because the uncertainty was terrifying. Yeah, I get it. She also says here, the hardest thing has been to trust love. My inner child has so often been desperately anxious and fearful and has needed a lot of reassurance. A lot of reassurance. Yes, Sue, me too. To this day, my inner child will need assurance in certain situations. That's what children will always need. Because, right, the uncertainty was terrifying, right, Wanda? Yep, right, exactly. And Sue says here, I've needed to explain to her that even if I don't have all the details worked out right now, things will be okay. I'll take care of her and ask for help if we need. And reminding myself that I'm safe in this moment has made a difference too. That's beautiful, Sue. But learning to trust myself is an ongoing process, and I still find uncertainty really hard. Recently, as I've said before, I've been saying, I'm doing the best I can, and that is good enough. And that's helping me live in a place of imperfection and self-compassion during a difficult time. This is beautiful, Sue. So much wisdom, my friend. You have so much clarity right here, right? You're very clear. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Wanda. Right? Because that little girl, that inner child or little boy that lives inside of you, right, with those memories from the past, they keep expecting the same outcome. So that's again where we become the parent and the protector that we needed. And we do that, but hey, baby girl, hey, sweet boy, I'm here now. You don't have to handle the outside world. This difficulty, I got this. I got this, right? I'm not going to let anybody hurt you. You're not in trouble. You didn't do anything wrong. I'm going to keep you safe. I promise, right? And recognize uncertainty is hard. It's hard for all people, but we know enough to trust ourselves that we will know what to do, we will know how to handle it, right? We will ask for support, we can ask questions, we can speak up, we can set boundaries. And like you said, Sue, when life is hard or going through a lot, right, then you are just okay, putting certain things on hold, just focusing on taking really good care of me, my body, getting some rest, taking space, reaching out to friends for comfort and for support. So important. So you are really, really modeling, right? Right now, you have lowered your expectations, right? In terms of how you are going about your day, the expectations of keeping up with certain things. It's okay. I'm going to give myself a break. I'm not in trouble. I'm making a choice that is good and healthy and supportive for me, right? And trust that the people around you, they get it. They support it. They honor you. Exactly, expectations, right? We all get in trouble with that. And we think the expectations comes from out here, but a lot of the times, those are the expectations we put on ourselves. We do. We do. So thank you, Sue. And how do we learn to trust ourselves? Yes. So how do we learn to trust ourselves? By experience, like as we reparent ourselves, as we show up for ourselves the way we need it, because it's never too late. It's never too late. Exactly, Wanda. Practice and experience. And we choose to take responsibility for our life today. We can't change the past, but we can do our best to show up for the hurt part that is inside of you. It's so important that we learn to express the hurt. And I'm not talking about wallowing in it. I'm not talking about blame. I'm not talking about like making everybody's, it's everybody's fault that our life is the way it is. That's not what I'm talking about. It's about really taking a good hard look at how we have kept pulling experience, hurt, expectations, right, from the past and put them into tomorrow. We keep doing this. Instead of like, wait, I'm right here, right now. What of that do I want to move forward? Can I just start in this moment? Practice being at home in my body. Practice giving myself permission. I'm doing the best I can. I'm going to figure out how this healing thing works. Right? I'm going to practice and figure out how this mindfulness thing, being present in my body, works. I'm going to practice and become aware of how my thoughts, right? How my thoughts, keep, on autopilot from the past experiences. I hear you, Wanda. Thank you, friend. So again, it feels like a lot of moving parts sometimes, right? But the more we practice, like anything we practice, we learn to master. And just like we have taken on some thoughts and feelings and experiences and repeated them internally to the point that they are in our subconscious now when we're working on things that we're healing and shifting, we can repeat it enough that now it becomes a healthy way to be. Like for me now, around taking really good care of my body, getting some form of exercise in most days, making sure that I eat well, making sure that I meditate most days, sometimes even twice, or my meditation, usually meditate in the morning and then I'll do some type of energy work, Reiki or TRE in the evening, just to kind of, release some of the tension that I've picked up throughout the day to help my body really relax and calm before I go into sleep, because sleep is so important, right? That's where we rest, we digest, our cells rejuvenate. There's so much that we are dependent on from getting a really good night's sleep. So again, practice. In the beginning, even some of the basic self-care was hard and I resisted it and I resented it. right? But it's like, wait a minute. Of course, I want to be generous and loving and kind to this body. This is my body. This is my body. Nobody else is going to take care of it. And it's the only one I have. I won't get another one. That's lovely to hear, Sue. I have found TRE helpful recently. Beautiful. Beautiful, Sue. TRE is very helpful with grief. Very helpful. And sometimes when we feel a lot of emotional upheaval and we're not really even sure why or what it is, energy work like TRE is very helpful because you help your body release the tension when necessarily without having to talk about it. So, hey Sharon, hey friend, how are you doing today? Good to see you. Been thinking about you too lately, my friend. Any updates? We're all excited for you, curious about what's going on. We're just about to wrap up here, but it's been a lovely hour here together. So to anybody that is joining us here, also on Periscope, I'm sorry, my friends. I'm only running the live stream chat on YouTube, but if you're curious to learn more, feel free to check out my book, available on Amazon or Kindle, and also you can visit my website, svavabrooks.com, for more information about my coaching, one-on-one coaching, TRE, inner child, Reiki, and group coaching. So if you're looking for support on your healing journey, let me know. I would love to support you. And like I said before we started, I'm here Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you have any questions about healing, recovery, I do believe that we have everything that we need to heal and restore. Sometimes we just need to be reminded of it. We need to be given the information and then a safe place to practice. Safe place to practice. That's what we've been talking about today, is learning to trust ourselves is really about practice. It's about practicing. So that is so exciting, Sharon. Tomorrow, you got to keep us posted. Very exciting. Okay. All right. Well, we'll be thinking of you. I drew a card for us today. One day she woke up and decided to love herself more than she ever thought possible. I don't know, maybe this was something you needed to hear or see today. If so, because it is our responsibility, my friends, right? We can't change the past, but we can do something about where we are today and what we want to do about our future. So the bottom line, I do believe that we are on the healing journey to learn about love. Right? Most of us don't feel worthy of it. That was me for a long time. For a long time. Right? Because to receive love, we have to open up to love. And for most of us, no way. Don't even come close. Not safe. So I hear you, Sue. I know you're working on it and you're doing a beautiful job. You are doing a beautiful job, my friend. All right, Sharon, then that's the waiting game. Okay, just keep us posted. We're on this roller coaster ride with you now. So very exciting. Very exciting. So thank you, friends. Thank you for joining me today again. Thank you for watching the replay. I really appreciate it on Periscope. I always appreciate the hearts, and also on YouTube, thumbs up. Hey, Cindy. Hey, friend. Good to see you. We're just signing off right now, but I'm so glad you're popping in here. Hope you're doing well. Oh, and I hope you're cooling down in Arizona. I hope the weather is cooling down in the desert. I'm hoping for you. It's actually been nice and cool here in Portland, Oregon. Yeah, that Arizona heat. Oh no, I know. But here's to hoping for you. Here's to hoping for you, Cindy. Well, take good care, my friends. Stay cool. Maybe we'll see you on Thursday, Cindy. All right, friends. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know the heat. So that's it. Have a beautiful evening. Thank you so much for sharing. And I hope to see you again Thursday, same place, same time, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. And I don't even know what time it is in the UK, but like midnight or something. Thanks again, friends. Have a beautiful night. Good evening. See you next time.